Welcome back. Actor Kevin Spacey is found not liable in a sexual misconduct case brought by actor Anthony Rapp. Jurors deliberated for about an hour and a half before handing down the verdict. Rapp alleged Spacey sexually assaulted him back in 1986 when he was only 14 years old. He said a then 26-year-old Spacey invited him back to his Manhattan apartment. After that, Rapp says Spacey laid him down on a bed and pressed his groin onto his body, all without consent. Before the trial began, the judge dismissed Rapp's claim of assault and later the claim of intentional infliction of emotional distress. Jurors were then left to deliberate on the battery claim. During the trial, Rapp testified the alleged event was, quote, the most traumatic single event of his life. Spacey also took the stand denying the allegations and broke down crying to describe growing up with a neo-Nazi father. Spacey's attorneys argued Rapp created a story because he was jealous of Spacey's career. Spacey faces separate sexual assault charges out of the United Kingdom. That trial is expected to begin in June of 2023. Terry, in the age of the Me Too movement, were you shocked of the verdict here? And could gender have played a role in believing Rapp in this case?
Well, I don't know if gender played a role. I wasn't really shocked by the verdict itself, but I was really surprised by how fast the jury came back with that verdict. It's one of the fastest I've seen, a little over an hour. I think as far as the outcome's concerned, maybe part of the reason the jury did not believe Rapp was because it happened so long ago, and though they should not be considering that exactly because there are reasons people don't come out, I think the amount that he was asking, the 40 million, they may have thought that that was astronomical. My hope is that they came back to the right conclusion. I do think that this is something that Rapp was trying to do for the Me Too movement. I think he said that after the verdict. He said he was going to continue to fight on these causes. And so, as I said, the jury just came back so quickly. I do hope that they looked at all of the evidence and that they carefully considered it.
Now, Bernard, I believe prosecutor in Philly, I know Brooklyn, you were prosecuting there as well, now a defense attorney. Welcome to the dark side. What does a verdict in the about 90 minutes tell you about how the jury evaluated this case?
Well, that it was an easy one for the jury, especially when you're thinking that this case was not a criminal case, meaning that there wasn't the burden of beyond a reasonable doubt, but it was a civil case by preponderance of the evidence. Was it more likely that the charges were actually proven 51% to 49%? So for the jury to come back so quickly just goes to tell you that they did not have any doubt in terms of the credibility of Kevin Spacey, and they found that it was without merit, and therefore they returned the verdict that they thought was correct based on the evidence that was presented. But I think it had a lot to do with Kevin Spacey actually testifying. He came off a better witness than the actual complainant in the case.
Yeah, 90-minute win. I can't disagree with that. Thank you both. Also in celebrity legal news, a jury is seated in the trial of disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. The jury, made up of 9 men and 3 women, were chosen from a pool of more than 200 people. 8 alternates were also seated and sworn in. 73-year-old Weinstein is charged with 4 counts of rape and 7 more of sexual assault out of Los Angeles. He has pled not guilty to all charges. Weinstein is already serving a 23-year sentence for a separate rape and a sexual assault conviction out of New York. The California trial is expected to last more than 6 weeks. Opening statements are expected to be presented on Monday. Coming up on Law